Hello guys and welcome to Blublock. Today we'll be coding on Unity. Now in this little series we're going to be making a small little platformer game, and this is going to be the first part, which is making the character and the layout. So we're going to go ahead and make a 3D object, and we're going to start with a cube to do the ground. And actually no, let's cut this. Let's delete this. Hold on, let's see, delete. There we go. We're going to be using a plane. And that is it's not an actual plane. It's a small little square platform that's already like it's already extended, so you don't have to extend it. So we just gotta move this upwards though, because it is below the area we want it to be. We want it to be nice and in front of the main camera, which is already in your little, it's right here. It's already there when you make your Unity, or when you make your project, and when you open it up, it's already there, so you don't have to get that. But we're gonna have to move this plane over to where our camera is seen, so then we can see the plane, so we can see our platform, because otherwise we won't be able to see our platform at all, and it's gonna get kind of bad if you can't see the platform that you're standing on in your own game, because then you'll just see nothing, and that's not very helpful. So we're gonna move this in front of the camera, otherwise you'll just be seeing nothing and the game will be unplayable. So we're going to do this. Let's see. Let's try to make it a little. Can I change the position just like this? Alright, cool. That's what I wanted to do. I needed to get the sizing, the movement down. There we go. And now I know where I need to go. I need to go downwards a little more, it looks like, because the plane is really flat, so it doesn't really have any 3D to it. So you need to line it up perfectly, or else the camera will, there we go, see? Now it's able to see it. We have to move the camera a little bit, because it'll make things easier. So now we can see our platform. We can start creating our character. So let's go to 3D object, and let's go to capsule, because it makes more sense to make your character a capsule, because if you just do like a circle or something, like a sphere, then it'll just roll off. But a capsule is like the nice perfect shape for a character. But depending on the character for your game, of course, if your character is literally just a square, then you're gonna want to do a cube. I mean, if your character is just a cube, then you're going to want to do a cube. I get square and cube confused sometimes, because square is the 2D version of a cube, so I really gotta be careful when using those. Now let's see, we gotta make the plane just a tiny little bit bigger, and that is way too much. That's way too huge. You need to keep in mind that you need to set your amounts very carefully, because if you don't, then you'll have a plane that is gigantic and your platform will be way too big. Unless you're trying to do like an open world game, but a platformer game, you want to have like you want to start on a small platform where you're able to jump around like this. This is perfect. And I think this is how we originally had it. But now we want to change our color, because we don't want everything be white. So we're gonna make the player blue, and we're going to make the ground a greenish color. Why do we want to make this a greenish color? Well, we want to do that because it'll make it'll act as the grass, and it'll also make the colors different from each other, so the player and the ground isn't the same color. Because then it'll get pretty confusing, and it's not all that great if it's just the same colors, because it seems a little bland. So now that it's done loading, we can go ahead and set it to the color green by creating your new material and then going to your new material and selecting the color that you want from the little gradient. And then now we have our platform as green and the player as blue, and we can just look around our platform area because this is our base for the game. So we can now we're able to create our game from here. We can add player movement, add stuff to the platform, add enemies, and so much more. And to a platform game, you really need jumping, and that is what we'll cover in this series. We'll cover jumping, player movement, and player movement is really difficult for me, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be helpful for you guys to know. So I think it'll be a pretty great idea to test this out. So we're gonna hit the play button and we're gonna see how it looks. This is how it looks so far. So whenever we're playing our game and we're gonna be moving around, it's going to show this from the camera, and our character will be moving around, jumping around, and that's about it. We have our platform, we have our character, we have the base, everything ready, and it's just a tiny, small little, just a tiny piece of world, and how much you can go. Like you can zoom out and you can have a world that is huge as long as your computer can handle it, and as long as it's not too big for your computer, because if it's too big for your computer, then you're not going to be able to code like a huge open world game. But if your computer is, of course, the right size, then yes, you're able to do that. So yeah, I think this is a great way to end it. So yeah, we'll cover a whole bunch more: coding, movement, jumping, enemies, and so much more in this series. So remember to like, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Blublock out.